Hello, my peeps, and welcome to today's video. And today I'm going to go over my top 10 arcade games that I played growing up. Back in my youth day, you used to find arcade games pretty much anywhere you would go, from gas stations to bars to restaurants, and at arcades like Chuck E. Cheese, for instance. But the place that I played most of my arcade games was at a convenience store called 7-Eleven because it was literally a half a mile from my house. So, of course, I had myself a paper route, and you can't even imagine how many quarters I pumped into those arcade games up there at 7-Eleven. And most of the games that are going to be on this list are games that I did play at that 7-Eleven. They used to have two video games, one pinball machine. Pinball machines is a totally different animal, and that's a totally different video too that we're going to talk about. But yeah, they used to have two arcade games, and they would rotate them out probably every 4 to 6 months. So pretty much all of the arcade games that would come out brand new, the 7-Eleven would get them. So without further ado, I need you guys to sit on back, crack open your favorite beverage, and enjoy today's episode.
Number 10.
Elevator Action comes in at number 10. And what a fun little game this was. You were pretty much this little spy, and you went into the top of the building, snuck in, and you had to get all these little secret plans out of these red rooms. And your goal was to get all the way down to the bottom without getting killed and get in your little red sports car and zoom away. An unbelievable game. It was addicting as all heck, but I think what was really made this game stand out was the phenomenal music. It's Elevator Action. It comes in at number 10.
Number 9.
Yes, Hubert comes in at number 9. Oh, what a fun little game this was. Little orange dude with a big nose and some goofy looking eyes being chased by some snakes, some green creatures, purple creatures, balls bouncing around. But the most important part, and why this game made the top 10, is because every time you die, no matter what game it is, you always want to cuss, just like Hubert. Hubert comes in at number 9.
Number 8.
Prepare to qualify.
Pole Position comes in at number 8, and we'll go on and link Pole Position 2 with that too, because they pretty much came out together. I think they were like 6 months apart. But yeah, the classic Pole Position game. Just get your hand on that wheel, put your foot on the pedal, and you just go, 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 go. I don't know whoever used a brake. I know I didn't. That's probably why I didn't last very long in pole position and never really truly did get the pole position. And how about those advertising signs, man? Champion and Pepsi, absolutely smoking them, putting advertisement signs right in the middle of a turn. What a dangerous and unbelievable place to put it, because you know you're going to get that great advertising from it when you demolish the Pepsi sign. Anyways, Pole Position comes in at number 8.
Number 7.
Ms. PacMan. Oh, come on now, guys. Those lips, those cheeks, the dimple, the eyes, the shoes. Ms. PacMan defines class, defines sexy, defines everything there is about a video game character. And of course, you gotta have the cutscenes. I mean, yeah, they meet, they chase, they have babies. What more can you ask for a video game? Ms. PacMan comes in at number 7.
Number 6.
Punch Out. What an unbelievable game. And I can still remember being in a junior bowling league with 12-year-olds and 14-year-olds and 10-year-olds and 8-year-olds all gathering around this video arcade game, watching a guy absolutely go through everybody and everyone and become the world champion of the world. Absolutely incredible game. I really wasn't too good at it at the arcade. Once it came out to the NES and it became Punch Out, Super Punch Out, Mike Tyson's Punch Out, that's when I actually became pretty good at it. But I can still remember just watching the older kids playing the game and just in marvel how well they did and how they were able to beat people up. And the music, the body blow, body blow, body blow. Absolutely phenomenal game. Punch Out comes in as my 6th all-time favorite arcade game.
Number 5.
Frogger hits the top 5 at 5. Anytime that you would go into an arcade, you would always hear Frogger. No matter if anybody was playing it or not, it was always the loudest game. It was always constantly playing music. And it really seemed like it was always being played. But the concept of the game is simple. You're Frogger. You're at one end of the screen, and you got to make it to the other end of the screen. You got cars, you got trucks, you got logs, you got turtles, you got crocodiles all trying to stop you. But when it's all said and done, you get Frogger home, and you get to play all this magic music. What a phenomenal game Frogger is. Frogger, number 5.
Number 4.
Rampage. Another major hit when I was a youngster. When it first popped out, it was a monster game. Everybody always played on it. And with the controllers, this was one of those multiple games where you can get at least 3 players on it. This was a game that, again, at the bowling alley, everybody was playing this game. We would bowl, and after we were done bowling, everybody would be running to Rampage to be the first ones to get on it. And we'd play as long as we could until the buses were ready to take us home. If we were lucky to get 1 or 2 turns on it, we were very fortunate. This is a game that I put a lot of quarters in over my time. And all it is about monkeys beating up on buildings. What more can you say? Smashing cars, smashing helicopters, throwing fire at people. You could even crush each other if you wanted to. Rampage, one heck of a game, and it comes in at number 4.
Number 3.
Galaga comes in a top 3 at number 3. And what a game this is. Space Invaders on roids. That is exactly what this game is. All you're supposed to be doing is shooting those people coming down at you. Try not to get captured, or if you do get captured, make sure you don't shoot your own ship. And you could have double firepower for those bonus rounds. Galaga was in every arcade that I could even think of. And then when I walk through arcades today, I still see Galaga in those arcades. It's just a strong game. It just keeps going and going and going. It gets harder and harder and harder. But I think what's most impressive is those badges on the right-hand corner of the screen. You get to see some really crazy badges the higher up you get. I wasn't that great at this game. I had a friend who was really good that got all the way through level 50 and actually got his name in a magazine because of it. Galaga, the 3rd best game growing up.
Number 2.
Spy Hunter comes in at number 2. By far, the #1 theme song of all time of arcade games is the theme of Spy Hunter. Just a spectacular music soundtrack to go with this game. And it's a great game on top of it. You got bad guys, you're trying to weave in and out of them, you're blowing smoke on them, you're throwing oil on them, you're shooting at them, and even when the bridge goes out, your Knight Rider car turns into a boat, and you can boat your way across and beat the bad guys. By far, best game ever, except there's one left that is actually a tad bit better. But Spy Hunter, a strong number 2.
1.
And my number one favorite arcade game of all time, Gauntlet. Just an absolutely unbelievable game. It was the first game that you could actually play 4 players on the game. You could have 4 friends playing. We were pumping in quarters upon quarters upon quarters. Each player had a different move, had a different ability, had a different skills. It was the first game of its kind. Of course, you're going to have many games in the future that followed the same paths as this, but Gauntlet was the one that started it all. It was an absolutely phenomenal game, and it just got better and better and better as the years go along. I can tell you finishes to this game that were just absolutely spectacular. I can tell you designs I've seen of this game that have been absolutely spectacular. No matter what system I played it on, I've always enjoyed it, and it is just by far the best arcade game ever made, in my opinion. So now we've reached the end of the video, so I need your guys' comments on this. Give me your top 10 list on the bottom, and we can talk about this. If you like the video, you need to hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do that. And as always, my peeps, bye-bye, baby.